Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams, and I am going to make a quick dessert. I want to know where you're watching from. Thumbs up, hearts, share this video. You're going to want to try this. It is some of my favorite flavors together. So coconut, chocolate, and coffee. Such a good combination. If you like that combination, tell me like it in the comments. If you would leave it in the comments. If you don't like the coffee aspect, you could drop that. The rest of it kind of is needed for it, but the coffee you could drop. And we're gonna mix this in a small bowl. These are like a no-bake cookie. They're gonna be soft, they're a little bit gooey. You can freeze them so that they're not quite as not quite as gooey. They're gooey, but not gooey. So freezing them is great. You can also just serve them cold, and then you want to give them a napkin because it'll be a little sticky. I want to tell you exactly the quantity. Okay, so it's super simple to make. We're just gonna mix everything together, and then we're gonna make little balls, put them on either on something that you can put in the freezer. I'm gonna use like a silicone mat, and then that's it. It's so simple, but there's so much goodness in this. So if you need something sweet that is low carb and there's not very much protein in this, but this low carb doesn't spike your blood sugar, satiating, something sweet after you eat or as a snack or as a dessert, this is it. All right, so we are going to use coconut flakes. These are unsweetened coconut flakes. And we are going to use a half a cup. So you do want to make sure that you get the ones that say unsweetened, because there exist ones that are not unsweetened. And these are, I want to make sure I get them out of here, but without touching them all. Okay, so these are coconut flakes. I use Anthony's coconut flakes from Amazon, or that brand. This is Simple Truth. I think this is Target's brand. I can't remember. Or else Aldi's brand. One of the two. Now that's a half a cup. Now we're going to use a third of a cup of cacao. This is Navida's. It's unrefined cacao, 100% cacao. It's like cocoa powder, but better because it's unrefined. It holds its nutrients, and it's organic as well. I get this on Amazon. It's definitely more economic there in terms of the size that you can get for the quantity of cost too. And then we're going to add to this a quarter cup of Impact. This is the brand that is allulose and monk fruit blend. And it's, now they've made it, used to be more granulated, now it's more powdery. And this is gonna make it a little dark, so like dark chocolate type flavor, so a little bit more bitter. If you want it less bitter, put another half a cup, like 2 tablespoons of sweetener, if you don't want it as bitter. So tell me below before if you would have it be dark or less dark. What would you prefer? So we're gonna mix this around, and then we have just a few more ingredients to add. And the rest of the ingredients are liquidy. So the first one is our vanilla extract. Tell me where you're watching from. If you like I'm calling them Mocha coconut balls, so that Mocha includes chocolate and coffee, but they're chocolate and coconut and coffee, like dessert balls or snack balls or after a meal ball. This is a half a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, half a teaspoon. Then we're going to add a tablespoon of either instant coffee or espresso already made. I'm going to use espresso that I already had made, but you could use instant coffee if you'd like. You can use decaf if you'd like. It's a tablespoon, so this does add more like bitterness. So if you want, you can either skip it or you could add a little bit more sweetener. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of melted coconut oil. A tablespoon of melted coconut oil. And I think we only have one more ingredient. So I'm going to mix this first before adding that ingredient. And then we have one more ingredient, so still really dry. The last ingredient is wet. And these are so delicious. They're full of healthy fat, so they help keep you satiated. They have chocolate, which has theobromine in it. Theobromine, in Spanish is theobromine, in it, which is the feel-good aspect of chocolate ingredient that makes you feel good in chocolate. So much goodness in here. Now we're going to add 4 tablespoons of hot water. 4 tablespoons of hot water. This is especially important because if you have the instant coffee grounds, because you want that to like create the coffee. All right, so this is now very chocolatey, which is good. We want to get it all mixed in because we have this cacao, we have the sweetener, so we want to get it so that it is less full chocolate like this. Now, we are going to make these into little balls, but you're going to see that there's a lot of liquid chocolate like this. So we're going to strategically put them onto our mat. You can use like parchment paper too if you want, if you don't have a silicone mat. I'm going to bring you over here to our mat. And we're going to drop these balls on here, but I'm going to try to kind of use my spatula to keep the chocolate off a little bit. If you let it set for a second, looking for my spoon, if you let it set for a moment, then you will, it'll harden on its own a little bit, but you can also just get right to it. So we're going to get right to it. Now, make sure you like, heart, share this video. Tell me if you like this combination of flavors. And I'm going to use 1 spoon to grab it and 1 spoon to drop it. And it's going to be in this like, almost like it's like a chocolate, oh, you can't see it, like a chocolate no-bake type format or bit. And you can make it as big or as small as you want. I'm going to make them like this. And it's like using, this is like a small spoon, I think. And I'm just going to spread it out like that. And so if you make them, these are kind of big, I guess. You could make them a little bit smaller if you wanted to. And this is gonna make, it looks like about 5. I'm gonna get, I think, 5 out of this. So you could make them smaller, like half this size, and get closer to like 8, maybe 6. So this would definitely be like, I would probably eat 1. You could have 2, I guess. I don't know, I might. But you could have 2, or you could have 1. But they're gonna be really rich because of this. Hi Vicky, that's awesome. Thanks for being here, and thanks for commenting. Good to see you. I am trying to get the rest of this chocolate out of here. So the last of this is just gonna be chocolate. It's not connected to much else, but I'm gonna still put it on here anyways. Actually, maybe I'll just add it to this one. And then it's good. I'm gonna taste this right now. It's good. Definitely has a dark chocolate taste to it, like bitter. Not overly bitter, but bitter. So if you don't want it as bitter, add another couple of tablespoons of Impact or whatever sweetener you're using, stevia, erythritol, monk fruit, allulose. I'm using allulose monk fruit blend. And you're gonna love it. You gotta try it. Oh my gosh. So these are gonna go in the freezer, and then when we eat them, it won't be as, right now you can see just how like loose they are. So at least in the fridge, but I recommend the freezer so they're easier to eat. And then so good and so simple and so delicious. So have a wonderful night from my house to your kitchen. Global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye.